That's covered
So
through
yeah,
bars off top.
nah, but it was just it's random as fuck. Like you might not even know what I'm talking about because
Okay.
because you know I'm a Mobb Deep head with it, right? And I know you
Right.
fuck with Prodigy too. But you ever
Right.
hear when he said my Auntie Meridian niggas or some shit like that? Or what is that?
Yeah.
What is
My
that?
anti-meridian niggas. That refers to uh AM versus PM. So anti-meridium is so my niggas who
Okay.
are up in the mine.
AM
Like
in
I
the
always
AM. My Auntie
in the AM, they're
my
outside like
outside.
at my anti-meridian nigga.
Okay. See,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah, yeah.
thing.
That
Prodigy was one of those educated ass niggas too. That's the
yes.
thing.
I always appreciated
I
about that.
started to appreciate that more later, cause and
He
so
wrote a book too.
he wrote a book, and yeah, you started seeing him, more, but from time he was on it. Like when it comes to like even with the
Yeah.
he was one of the first to talk about Illuminati, all of that, right? Like
Right.
so, yeah, he was on it for a minute, but or from a minute, but yeah, bro, I appreciated it more later on because
I was just gonna say like that shit for me was like even after I was introduced to him, years like albums had to come out before I started to really appreciate like, yo, this guy is
right,
like really ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying?
for
Like he was
sure,
really
for
like,
sure.
yo to that point, that album he did with it was like the subgroup, bro. It was
Infamous
like a
Mob,
mixtape.
Infamous
No,
Mob.
no, 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 no. Ah, fuck, bro.
You know what I mean by Infamous Mob, right?
Oh, yeah. Like like the subgroup, like the
Yeah,
other niggas, right?
yeah.
But who are they? Because say some of the names, right?
Twin Gambino.
Okay.
Who's the fuck was the other guy's fucking name? I can't even remember those guys' names. I guess Noid was in it. I don't know if Noid was in there. Noid was his own artist.
Okay. The album I'm referring to is called Product of the 80s.
Oh, that was with Twin and oh, what the fuck is that guy's name? Pacino, Pacino, on
I'm
Pacino,
looking it up.
on
I
Pacino.
think so. Yeah, I think so because there's that track. Oh, hold on, artist. It just says Mob.
There's a track on there that
Oh, Big Twin, Infamous Mob, and On Pacino.
yeah.
Yeah. But you heard that album though,
Bro, of course. It didn't wait, hold on. Did you put me onto that one or did I put you onto that? I can't remember. But
I remember hearing that when I was in the East, so you might have put me onto it. You know what I mean?
I think I did, bro, because I remember when you say in the East, I remember the crib that you was at when that came out
Was
or whatever. Like I
yo,
remember.
that was when I was bro, that album right there. I was like, this nigga was just talking to niggas where I just like, yo, such a prolific album, and the beat selection.
Yeah, the beat
Like
selection was crazy. Like
every track, you don't skip that album.
you don't have to.
And
you don't have to.
And you're getting the movie too. So it was, I don't know how he did it, but like he brought us, like, to me when I hear that, like literally I'm in front of like the TV at nighttime where you're not supposed to be watching TV and everybody's asleep in the crib. And like those are the commercials. That's what you're watching.
That's a heavy analogy right there. Actually, that's actually fire.
So that's for me that album, and he was talking about some shit. You think about it, shivers,
Big time.
You know what I'm saying?
Big time.
Am I going crazy? Like this nigga's.
That's how I know this guy
talking
is.
About
that's how I know this fucking guy's my fucking. I was literally about to talk about that song earlier when we started talking about this topic, bro. Like,
sure.
When you listen to that joint, that's Prodigy, man. Like, if
right.
you want Prodigy in a nutshell, you might want to just listen to that album, but that track especially.
That track is barsy. Like, I compare that track to the whole SP, the movie
Yeah.
he did.
Nah, but the
Right?
SP, the movie was that was crazy. Those were actual movies. I don't even consider those
Every single one
songs. Those
was
are
like,
movies.
yo, that was yes.
That you don't listen to those. You watch those in your mind.
You pick with that series. You pick a character. Which one are you?
yeah. And it's like one of those. Like you pick a character. Yeah.
Right, and like you could follow them through, and then like that the shit about that type of music is like you literally see characteristics in people. So you're like, yo, like I'm listening to music, and like people, you start viewing them
because he's and you forget that it's all him. Like you think that there's other people in the fucking song almost, bro. Like it's ridiculous.
And it's bro. Like those are the ones, but like with this Prodigy one, like that one is
nah. It's I was listening to it. Like I was bumping that last year or the year before, actually. I would say when I was in the gym, a lot more, which was like 2023. I was more and that was on my shit. That was on my playlist. Like I was I was working out to it because it's like you said, you just throw it on and you just watch the movie now I'm just working out, and then I'm not even working out. I'm watching the movie, but I'm getting through my workout, bro. Like
those are the ones. I'm telling you, man. Like that was like it kind of makes like that question last week that I asked you. That's the shit. Like you're literally in a movie. Like you selected that option, and now you're working out, and you're instead of like running, you're just in the movie now.
Yeah,
like you're not running anymore. Your body's on auto control. Your mind is totally engulfed in this thing, man. Like and though to know, I heard a story about I seen a short about SP the other day, and he's like, yo, SP. I think it was by Jada too. Regardless, he was like how SP would like fall asleep inside the studio.
I saw that when he was on the Breakfast Club, and he's just like, yo, his guy was fall asleep and wake up with a verse.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that. That was and niggas was laughing. And then niggas was laughing, but it's like, nah, this is dead ass. He will go to sleep and wake up with a verse. Like crazy.
That's how he got the name the Ghost. Yo, that's crazy. I think he said something. He referenced it.
He did reference the Ghost in there. He did mention the Ghost, whatever. In it. Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. But yo, this is another episode of the Brothers Grimm. You're here with your boy AK.
You're here with your boy Dub, man. It's goody.
I ain't done no, man. I was saying, how was your week, brother?
The week was pretty good, productive. It was good. It was a good week. It was a good week, man. No, I'm saying I can say that much. Thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? For everything, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How about you, brother?
Same thing, man. Just thankful and appreciative to be working, bro. And,
yeah, man.
I know we always talk about that shit as in like like that's a mindset that Canada is definitely put on us. I'll 100% agree to that. Like, it's not the mindset to have because I heard this quote the other day: you can't save your way into wealth. You have to build it. So by that, working doesn't really accomplish anything aside from menial things. You might get a trip here and there.
Yeah.
But gas, food, shelter, food for everybody else, that's the main. You know what I'm saying? And really your investments are things that you have to build these things, you have to take risks, and it's ugly. But why I said that is that being said, just being able to keep up with those menial tasks, I like to be able to work, and being able to work in this climate right now is a blessing in a sense. You were saying the other day coming home to the crib, and like your girl can't say nothing to you, like, you know what I'm saying? Right. Imagine being at the crib and you're not going nowhere. Like nothing's popping. You're just there. Something's gonna arise. So these are kind of things, that like can work and thing. Just like I like that I'm able to work and I'm capable of working, and you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah. That being said, that shit you said is real, bro. I've been thinking about it ever since. Like, how can you change that? But it's like the problem I see, not to like go on a rant, is um, you can only go day by day. That's the thing.
In terms of like working,
you can't be, yeah, you can't be into next week already. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You have to deal with this day,
yeah.
And
Well, you get paid for your time, right? So in order to get paid for your time, you got to put that time in. So you're just doing that every day. It's just I definitely do regret not thinking more business, like, and just like that's where I feel like I wish I kind of did more. I'm thinking more like that now, but yeah, I definitely wish I would, because to me that's like you said, you don't build wealth by working, you don't build wealth by saving money, you build wealth by you know um basically making things, bro, like or providing services or whatever. Like it's more like, you know what I mean, like you gotta have not just a skill, but you gotta have a business. I feel like that's just what it is. You gotta have a business. Like that's how people like. Nobody who is the only wealthy people that don't have a business are people that either were born into money or they won the fucking lottery. You know what I mean? Everybody that is wealthy, they own businesses, if anything.
Like they're waking up and like their whole format is just different. Like it's formatted different. Like niggas is waking up at all kind of weird hours. Like there's what is sleep to them, you know? These guys are, super like, so, I value sleep,
Right.
Well, like a lot of people say that wealth is just as simple as everything you're doing right now, do the opposite.
Sure.
Like, and you'll absolutely everything. If you're not already a millionaire, do everything opposite.
Right.
Essentially,
Well, in terms of also wealth being what's the word? A perspective thing. Like, I mean, like, because the way I always used to tell people is just like, for me, I don't. It's not about the amount of money. It's not about having having a billy. It's about having my time and my freedom. So if I'm making, say, what I'm making right now, but I can make that from anywhere in the world, from a laptop. All I need is Wi-Fi and a laptop, and I go here, I go there. That to me is partially wealthy. I mean, like, I would consider that an aspect of wealth, bro. Like that is the being that I have the freedom to move around, because it's important to me, because the idea of traveling is important to me. I haven't traveled as near as much as I want to,
should have,
or want to, but, and yeah, I guess you could say should have by now, yeah, but yeah, it's to me, I consider that no facts though, but I would say that for me, that would be wealth in and of itself. That would be like, if that were to happen and I were able to do that, that would be, I'd be like, yo, this is a life-changing thing, like for me personally. That would be like, okay, bet, like I'm looking at things different now. I'll be a lot happier, just in general. Yeah, bro.
Literally terraforming, changing the synapses in your brains and stuff. But at the end of the day, like the first thing before you decide you go on that route, right?
Yeah.
Because I definitely feel what you're saying.
Right.
And it is to your point. You have to you have to set what your price is.
Yep.
It's not just the goal, it's the price. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, what is your price for that? And then, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know that freedom is currently what you're sacrificing. So once I attain some type of freedom, that is the price I am willing to pay. I'm already being robbed of it. That's what I want. You're paying me with freedom.
Yes.
So I told you know, but most people will plan the goal and they have no way to get to it, which is cool too, because the work is done in the wilderness, in my opinion. But like, you still have to know, like, okay, that this is, you know, like this, then I want this, and then I want this. And if I can get all of them, that's best.
Right.
What am I willing to sacrifice if I can only get this? Mm-hmm. What, you know what I'm saying? What, you know? Definitely. So to your point, like, that's why I like what you said, bro, because it's like, you know, you have to have that too.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. If I'm willing to get this freedom, right? If that freedom is valuable to me, you're able to give that to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people just want money and shit. And like, you know, to describe it and equate it to wealth, you know, so if somebody's paying you with what, like, you know, that is your equivalent of wealth.
Exactly.
You know, it helps with my mental state. I can do what I want.
Do what you want. You can,
I'm not latched in.
You can optimize the money that you do make if you're able to move around, right? You could go stay in fucking Vietnam for 6 months, where your accommodations and your food is costing you a fraction of what is costing you living here, right? Shit like that, right? So, I mean, there's so many ways you can, I guess, look at wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know we talk wealth, we say, you know, you need to be making a millies, and, you know, you need to be like, it's a dollar figure, but I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be a dollar figure, you know?
Yeah, no, because health is wealth.
That exactly. Health is wealth, for instance. Exactly.
Okay. But so that aside, right? Mm-hmm. And our initial business that we spoke about from when we were kids, you know that business,
of course, yeah.
All right. What would be a business that you would start right now that you would feel would be profitable right now? Somebody gives you realistic funds, and they say give you a business right now that's going to profit you within the next year and a half.
Right. That's the question, isn't it? You know, where do you start? And I mean, if I had that answer, shit, I might even be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, where do you start? What do you do? There's so many things out there. And lately, I've been looking into AI, right? And I've been looking into building, and you're seeing it a lot popping up now, and you sort of get the sense that if you start now, you're a little bit late. Like, because it's moving so fast, but really you're not. Yeah. So I guess if I had to answer, I would probably build a business that builds AI systems for businesses, because that is that's really the future, man. You know, and you want to be, as much as I just said that it looks like it almost is like it's too late. It's not, because most businesses are not. Look at the companies that you work for. You still see people in the office. If you still see people in offices, then you're not too late, because technically you don't really need a lot of these people in these offices. Now, I'm definitely not saying that lightly. I understand that there's jobs at stake here and stuff like that. But that's exactly why I would rather be on the end of it that's building these things for businesses, because eventually somebody's going to say, look, I know that somebody's going to lose their job, but I got to do what I got to do. Why am I paying this person and this person and that person this salary every year? But meanwhile, my competition said, fuck it. They paid them out, gave them their severance, and started adopting some of these AI systems to, you know, streamline their business, their business and stuff. And I'm going to sit here and just keep paying because I want to give somebody from a business standpoint, you can't just do that. You know, things are changing. they're now going to be able to give a different price to your customers, right? Because they
Right.
are not spending as much money on salary for somebody to do this and do that and do sales and
Ooh.
do sales acquisitions and do lead generation and do all this kind of stuff. You just can't. You wouldn't be able to stay. You wouldn't be able to compete no more if you don't get there. So, that to me would be the thing. I would be like, yeah. So that would be my business. I would be building AI systems and stuff for sure.
That's very interesting, man.
Yeah,
You know, so you support automation.
absolutely. I support it. I'm not gonna say I support it, but it's just going there anyways, right? Like I don't know if it's a support thing. It's just something that I feel
It's on track to
it's
happen.
it's on track to happen. So you might as well be on the receiving end of it in terms of you know.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. That's very okay. Um yeah. There's a few things I was gonna say about that, but I don't want to forget my business ideas while you were talking.
but yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
um what I would really like to do essentially to make bread is buy land and put a set of truck stops on it. Like you know them little 24-hour you know what I'm saying? You know, like you get off the
The off
highway
ramp,
and it's big
little
enough for the right.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
would like to have one of those, a couple of those, two or three of those, you know, to really make my bread.
Right.
Have somewhere safe where they can um you know, and that's just passive income. That's just, you know what I mean? And definitely probably get into a trucking type of company, like owning one. And it's because people need to get things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I definitely want to
facts.
have some kind of thing over there as trucking. It kind of takes care of itself. Hire myself a good manager. Boom, get that. That's one set of my properties.
Yeah.
With the income I would get from that, my real goal would be to essentially create a family compound. But before I did that, I would buy two really big sets of land and create super affordable housing on it. Like, you know, you buy a set of land and you literally create the cribs, you know, 2 bedroom houses, 3 bedroom houses,
Yeah.
affordable, super vetting system, and you create a little thing that people could you know start their first, you know, their housing journey. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's
And
up.
that's big for me right now, and that's definitely going to yield bread
Right.
because you get 50, 60 houses on a property that you own.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people will probably want to buy the land, especially after you cultivate it. So boom, you know, you maybe been a deficit for a year or two, but I think that that will yield bread month to month. You're going to get that, but realistically, mm, realistically, I would love to. Man, yeah, that's because you can't go into restaurants. You know what I mean?
You could go into
And
random You could do
but it's
that.
not like super profitable.
Well, put it this
It's
way, right?
super
Well,
risky.
put it this way. Take a random ass place, Bulgaria, right?
Right.
What you think? They got jerk chicken over there? You don't got no jerk chicken over
Hmm.
there. You want to get into the restaurant business, you got to think outside the box, in my opinion. And that's exactly
I
what you
like
see
that.
with a lot of the fusion restaurants. Like they're creating
Hmm.
stuff that is just different.
Haka. Yeah.
What fusion, like you got obviously, you know, and it's funny how since Afro beats has started picking up, now you're seeing more of the African restaurants and shit like that popping up, the
Popping and
Jollof
shit.
restaurants and shit popping up. It's crazy how that happens, but yeah, that's what it is about thinking outside the box. It's like, okay, you take something like, okay, well, since the music is popping now, shit, maybe this is a
Hmm.
good time to open up a restaurant there's songs about jollof and shit. So you know what I mean. You can rest assured that more people are exposed to the culture. Now it makes sense to sort of make a restaurant. That's just one way of looking at it. I'm just kind of spitballing, but
Yeah.
that's one thing.
No,
It's really about thinking outside the
you
box.
definitely going out those ways and totally
Yeah, man.
doing something brand new, fresh. Yeah, for sure. Like
For
you
sure.
can't lose there. And you start small with those things. So maybe you start with like
Yeah.
a cart.
Yeah.
And as long as your cart is popping, then you bring the food truck. Or if you want to go with the food truck aesthetic, just to give them that aesthetic,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, "What food
What do you mean
trucks?
food
What?
truck, bro? What?
Yo,
Like
you mean what?
exactly.
Yo, we're coming here, and then you're
Exactly.
selling something super authentic. Yeah, I like
Super
that shit.
authentic, super like unique in terms of where they don't see that shit over there. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
bro, that's nothing is nothing is impossible. I know that sounds fucking cliche or whatever, but it's true. You just gotta think outside of. You gotta be willing to kind of, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I think if I were to pick a business right now, not to cut you
No,
off,
sorry, I kind of cut you off. Sorry.
no, it'd be to rent a couple of buildings.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure you're gonna get money that way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
As long as you have a good property manager and they're good properties potentially,
right.
yeah, I would love to. I would love to do that. So like because it's gonna get you money like regardless.
When I think about,
So
sorry to cut you off, but when I think
no,
about businesses and shit, I
yeah,
think about, overhead costs a lot. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely one of the first things that I think about when I even think about like business. Like how much is this going to cost me to get up and running? You know what I'm saying?
right.
So, and I'm not trying to say that your idea is bad or anything like that, but it's just I just wanted to put that out there because that
Why
is
like not like 50-story buildings,
no, regardless though, you still it's really because when you think about it, like when you think about the red tape and all of that you got to get through with all of that,
hmm
you want to be in a position where the initial startup cost for you is not an
It's
issue.
very low.
It's not an issue, whatever it is,
Right.
whether it's you know low or not. It's just about, is it an issue for you? Do you have the connections to get into this? Do you have the right set of people, the right knowledge, and of course the capital? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right. So that's why I kind of went with the AI type shit, because I mean, really, you
Right,
can
because
learn
it's
that.
low
There's
overhead. You're doing all the like.
there's so little
And
overhead for something like that.
yeah,
It's like, and especially when you talk
wherever
about
your phone's at is your office,
yeah,
essentially.
and by the time you're ready to scale it, you've already made money. So that's not even really coming out of your own pocket or from somewhere else. It's coming from the business, and it's one that feeds itself constantly, and then you can scale it fast, right? So
Well, tech is always going to be like always going to be a thing,
right,
like most definitely. So the fact that you have a grasp on that is good. Like I always
yeah,
like tactile things I could touch. That's why I said those,
right,
right? And I've
right.
seen a few good
I get it.
business. I feel a few good. I've seen a few good business plans on that. So you'd buy like a 4 apartment house, you stay in one,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd rent out the other ones.
Right.
It would essentially pay off your housing plus the fucking building. Essentially,
No
you
doubt. No.
stack that, and it was just that video where that idea came from was like a video showing you how to get in. Well, if you wanted to do that, what would be your first steps? Like what like of these super successful guys,
Yeah.
in 30 seconds, a minute, maybe 45 seconds. That's what they were saying.
Right.
So,
Right. That's how you would get
and
in if
do
you wanted to go that route. Yeah. Yeah. For
yeah,
sure. For sure.
yeah. If get that, it's gonna definitely be a little bit work, but like I could do the work. So, But yeah, I like your approach too. Like, you know, that's more streamlined.
And people
It's
need,
definitely,
yeah, but there's also a lot of, there's going to be a lot of, it could be saturated very fast. So you got to be creative. You got to be able
that's the
to,
thing.
and you got to be able to think quickly, and you got to constantly be thinking, like, for sure. With something like what you said, people need a place to stay always, no matter what. So there's nothing complicated about it. I build this place, you live in it, and pay me to live there. Boom, done. And
Just like that.
that's it. So that's definitely,
But speaking of AI, I asked AI some questions like this week.
Okay.
Like some questions.
Right.
Right.
Some what questions?
Some would you rather questions.
Oh shit.
Right. Just to see,
Okay.
And I made sure that nobody had asked these before, but you never fucking know. You know what I'm saying? And I think even some of these.
So it generated these would you rather's for you. Oh yeah, shit, that's lit. Okay. I'm
Okay. Would you rather find out your entire lineage has been part of a secret experiment, or that you were switched at birth for that purpose?
So your whole lineage was an experiment, or you were switched at birth and you would be the first
of
that lineage?
If I'm understanding it right.
Right.
So you would have been switched at birth in somebody else's family, but you were really the first of your actual lineage going forward. So any kid you had after that is the first of your whole lineage.
But if it's for an experiment, then that would make you switch that birth, meaning that you would be the start of that social experiment. That's what I'm assuming. So would you?
Okay, yeah. Would you rather find out your entire lineage has been part of a secret experiment, or that you were switched at birth for that purpose?
So I'm imagining finding out that my whole lineage was a secret experiment, and then I'm imagining me finding out that I was switched at birth to start a social experiment. So when I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking that the second one would be.
Second one would be a little bit better.
I would be a little bit better, like, because, and then because you found this out, it's like, okay, well, and if it means something to you, you can say, well, maybe I can stop this or something, or maybe I can flip this in a way that makes it better. I don't really know.
Yeah, if somebody, all right, I'm just gonna try this one right here. So if, let's say, my theoretical family dies off, everybody dies off at birth, right? I get put into a next person's family to see what that would be like, but they raise me as their own. But any kin I have is the second or whatever, the first of my lineage.
And I guess it depends on the experiment. Like, what is the purpose of,
like, what are you trying?
What are we trying to accomplish with this experiment? Are we trying to see if we can,
Yeah, I guess that one has to be defined more. Maybe I'll ask them to define that one more next time.
Sure.
Would you rather be the only person who knows the world ends in 5 years due to a hidden agenda, or believe a lie that lets you live peacefully until the end?
That's fucking kind of heavy. Wow. I think I might have to go with I'd rather know it ends in 5 years.
Oof.
I mean, it's a heavy question, but if I mean, to make it, I'll be here all day thinking about that and weighing out the pros and cons and all of this shit. But I think I might have to go with y'all. Listen, I'll just know that if I know that it ends in 5 years, it's just like, it's crazy. It said 5 years.
Believe it, right? Believing a lie sounds nice, but it's like to start 5 years. It's like, what do you? Okay, sure, dog. Like
believing a lie that I'm gonna live longer. See, so now let's just say I believe that like I'm gonna live until whatever 30, 40, 95. Like
to 90, yeah.
Now I'm cooling, you know what I'm saying? But if I know that it's ending in 5 years, that might change my perspective. Yo, you see people who they're given like the news that they got a terminal illness, bro. Like I remember listening to a speech from somebody. I just so happened to be at some award ceremony for some insurance something. I won't get into the details of why I was there or whatever. But yeah, I was there, and I was there with somebody, you know what I'm saying, who was getting an award. I'll put it that way. I was there with somebody who was getting presented with their award for what they was doing. And this guy came up, and I don't know why he was there, but he was there. He was giving a speech about basically life and his experiences. And I can't remember what disease it was, but they basically gave him the news that he had. It was probably something crazy like ALS or some shit like that, right? It's like those degenerative diseases that basically say, oh, look, man, probably about 10 years from now, you ain't going to be walking. You're not really going to be able to eat by yourself. Nothing like that, right? And basically, to make a long story short, he was just saying, like, listen, like, the way that I appreciate life now is unbelievable. Like, you know, as scary and as fucked up as that was to hear, that basically has made me enjoy life way more now and appreciative of life way more now. And you could tell that his energy was, you know, it was very uplifting. He was very optimistic. He was like, you could feel that, you could feel it coming out. So that's how I know that, you know, it hits different when you get told that you only got X amount of time to live, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to squeeze everything out, bro. You're trying to do whatever. You'll take the risks in times like that. You'll go and do the things that you wouldn't have done before. So, shit, I think I would have to go with the 5 years, man.
Okay. I think most people live in the second currently.
Exactly. And 100%, bro. 100,000%.
And I think that the 5-year joint could really just mean that it's the end of your 5 years.
Doesn't matter. It's your 5 years, or it doesn't really matter because you ain't gonna be there regardless. Whether the world ends or it's just you, you're not really gonna know, are you? You're just, you know.
Right. I offer this though. What would people live like if they knew that? Like, what would the world landscape look like if people lived like they only had this much time left, you know? Because if we're currently mostly living in the second, what does life look like if everybody's, okay, yo, we only got 5 years? Like, you know what I mean?
It could be fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. It could be fucked up, but it could be two extremes, really. And that's what I would say.
I think so.
It would be two extremes. It'd be like you can have little oases over here.
Yes.
And then you'll have fucking absolute destruction. And
it's gonna look like fucking Mad
Max. Yeah, something like that over here.
You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely having the advantage of the knowledge is nice. But
and remember, it said that you're the only one that knows. So that's the part about it that sort of gives that an advantage over the other one, right? Because it says that you're the only one that has that knowledge. So you knowing that, like, you have your reasons to believe that this is a fact, that this is happening. And now you can live that way. You can choose to share that information with whoever or not or whatever. But you knowing that means that you get to sort of take advantage of that sort of extra, that extra
that little, that little
that
5
little boost,
on,
that little boost of energy that oh damn, I only got 5 years, shit, bro, and yeah.
I think there's definitely more advantages to the first joint, which is like, like if you can envision Yes Man,
Yes.
you're gonna live like that. It's gonna be a little bit radical.
It's gonna be radical.
You're gonna do the things. You're cutting all the fat off.
Bro,
and
that's a perfect example, man.
You live like that. So I guess, for a 5-year stretch, you know what I'm saying? Why not do the Yes Man lives?
Yeah, that's a perfect example. You see that when that movie, and like, you can see his confidence going up and up and up and up throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
He doesn't stop. There's nothing that stops him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, except for the woman, of course, where a woman will always stop you in every fucking situation.
That's the story. I wonder what the real story is. It's probably just ends in like an incel or some shit like that. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Fucking okay. So I think the way that I asked these questions was, I know that there's 5 conspiracy questions, so I think that was one of the conspiracy joints.
Okay.
And 5 other way. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Okay, so I wrote this question.
Okay.
So if society as a whole adopted polygamy as a standard, what things would be affected? And I said, i.e., crime. If everybody is coming from a really big family, you're not, if the main thing is stressing gal and, niggas is flexing for gal and all kind of shit like that, I think that would go on easy a little bit less. You're coming from a big family. This whole cheating thing, I don't think people would be killing off their spouses like that. Like, you know what I mean? People would have real serious conversations about what it is that they wanted and would be putting themselves or positioning themselves in better situations that suited them. I don't know. I offered up crime as something that would change. Maybe the question would have been there, how do you think it would affect crime? But that was just an example. I guess in the moment, I'm at work writing these sometimes, right? So
okay.
Yeah, my bad.
That's okay. So what would be affected? So other than, we could even go and say other than crime, shit. I guess like the first thing that I thought of was there would probably be a lot more, for lack of a better way of putting it, there'd just be a lot. I think there'd be more people thriving, bro, because when that becomes normal, now you're really going to be like, I don't know, bro. Like, I want to say that, yeah, you'll be cutting expenses and stuff, but will you though? You know what I mean? Like, because if that becomes normal, then women are just going to go to the guys who can provide for 5-6 joints. And that's already kind of starting to happen now anyway. But so where does that leave the guys that can't do that? Now that it's normal, now that it's more accepted, like, and especially,
not every gal can get every man though.
But no, but if they're because what it is right now in society right now, they get all of the girls. So now it's just going to be, in that scenario, it's just going to be that they're not competing for the guy no more. They're actually just going to be with that guy, but they got to share him with a handful of other women. So what does that do to the dating ecosystem? Right now, you're really left with the women who are not okay with that. And you got to ask yourself, why is any woman not okay with that now? You know what I mean? Like, the only reason they might not be okay with it is because it's not a standard and it's not accepted. But maybe in a situation where it was accepted, a woman might say,
Right.
fuck it, I'm gonna just go over here. And that's it.
Well, from like, just like a financial standpoint, like if like shorties want more hands on deck in regards of, childbearing, for example. So if, you have more nurturing parents there, essentially, it 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 eases or allows, the other people in the relationship to go get more money and bring back home. Right.
Right.
But that's just one little angle of it.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't know. I don't live that life where it's like that's a big thing. I think the question was kind of to combat cheating. So because people are cheating and stuff like that, if the standard was polygamy, there's no more cheating. You cut that out. So what does it look like?
Do you cut it out though? Or does it just look different? Right? Because right now this standard is this, and people find a way to go outside of that.
Do their thing anyways.
Now it's like maybe there's a thrill there that some people just need to have something that somebody else doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I got 5 wives, but no, I want to keep one that nobody knows about over here.
Yeah,
My 6 joint over here. So you never know if it would really. It probably mitigated a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was actually an interesting point. Like, yeah, because I think cheating is a thing where it's like a hideaway thing, like it's something for yourself. So if that's the society, people always do the subculture.
Yeah,
there's always that, you know what I mean? There's always, so yeah, I guess you don't cut it out in any society. There's always gonna be that big pussy shit. I guess, you know what I'm saying?
Once you raise the bar, people you raise the bar, people just get taller. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that things just work. People evolve into, so now it's not different. It's this. It ends up just being like you elevate to that point, and now you find another way to do the same shit. Like, so I would say, yeah, but shit, man. I wanted to say something else. I forgot. Shit. But it's okay. We can move.
I got a next one. Would you rather permanently forget your most cherished memory versus live with the certainty that it never truly happened?
If I had the certainty that it never happened, but I have the memory, I mean, who's to say that it didn't happen, right? How do you say it didn't happen if I have the full memory of it? So even if it's something that you could go back to and get that sort of, that nostalgia.
Well, you could create something in your head. And you get far enough away from it, and it can become a memory.
And then it becomes right. So that's
fucking Jordan. Jordan did it all the time, bro. He made shit up, and that's you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you can do that, but I guess in that situation, and permanently forget your most cherished memory. Shit,
that's crazy.
You lose, but let's be honest.
I'd rather. So that's basically like saying. Sorry to cut you off, but that's basically like saying, "Yo, if it didn't happen, I don't even want to remember it." But who's to say?
Right, and I'm saying, you ever hear that sentence? I forgot more baseball than you've learned, or something like that, implying that like I forgot more years about this thing than than you have. Like, I think that's what happens. Like, I'm fucking 38. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't remember my 20s in its entirety. I remember pieces of it. You know, so like you remember it.
Yeah.
You know, like, but you don't have a detailed diary of the fucking each day.
Yeah,
right?
you can't always capture the essence of every year.
Right.
But well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can though. I mean, but that's just me.
I know, but you have
because I have
like So that
long-term memory.
Like,
I have a short-term memory, but a good long-term memory. Yeah.
That's the thing, man. Yeah. So that's for me. I think that like first you'd have to define a cherished moment, right?
Sure.
You know,
100%.
And then so that, I mean, living with the certainty that it never happened.
This AI is giving you some Matrix fucking questions, bro. Fuck, bro. Like,
but I guess, yeah. This is a conspiracy one too. So I guess in that scenario, I'm fucking. I think I could do more with that. Like the second one, like I think you could create something like a scenario that could cheese you off, and you can be motivated and do more with it. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To permanently forget something that, you know, essentially made you.
Right.
You know, you're forgetting yourself. So I don't think I would want that.
Right.
In that scenario.
No, for sure.
But that's for that one. I don't know, man. I have okay, so this one I heard the other day. I guess we can run this one before we depose.
Yeah, no problem.
If you have a ship in a museum, an old ship,
okay,
and you replace that ship board by board, right? When you replace the last board, is that ship the same old ship? And the caveat is when you are breaking down, when you are taking that piece from this and you're replacing it, you're putting it on the other side and you're essentially making up a new one, right? So
but you're taking from the old ship though?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're taking from the old
ship. You're just rebuilding it.
With
the same old material.
Yeah, the same old material. When you replace the last one on that ship, is it the same old ship or is it the new one?
I'm gonna go with it's the same old ship because you're using the same old material. Like I understand though, because if you're rebuilding it, you're taking it piece by piece, and you're now maybe the fact that it might be, I wouldn't doubt that it's more structurally integral because you're now putting the stuff that holds it together is all going to be brand new, most likely, right? I mean, you would need to use new compounds to hold that stuff together. No, I mean, you're taking it piece by piece, but are you really going to be taking the nails out and using the same nails to? Is that what we're doing? If we're doing that, then it's definitely the same old shit.
Even if you replace the original board.
If you apply the original boards and use the original nails that fucking builded it all up, all of that, it's got to be the same old shit. It's got to be.
So to make sure I understand, so if we're getting the material is made from the same thing that you're replacing,
yes,
then it is the same.
It is essentially the same. You're using the same material. Like, the only way that I could see that you can call it a new ship is if you use different, like you use new nails, you use new glue, you use new cement, whatever, and now you're making sure that part of it is new, but it's still the old material. That's the only way I could argue that it will be new. But even in that sense, you're still using the same bricks, the same wood, whatever it is that you're building with the ship. You're using the same stuff that's been there the whole time. I mean, you see that they do that in for instance, in the cities and stuff, like even in Toronto, there's old buildings that they're not really allowed to completely take down because it's considered historic. So they gotta build, they gotta basically extend it. Like they still have to keep the original bricks and the original, but they can make it structurally they can increase the integrity of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And make it stronger and reinforce it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the eyes of the government,
that's interesting.
So in the eyes of in the government, though, in that sense, it's still considered the same old building because it's still got this original, the original framework, right? Like the original,
right?
So, yeah.
Yeah, you can't have a half modern and half old and consider it a historic building.
You can't even consider it exactly.
You have to do all renovations in this. Yeah, that's
the interior, and then and of course the interior is considered new and up to code for what is now the code.
Whatever they need.
Yeah,
right.
But ultimately, it's still considered. It still obeys the law of not tearing down an old building and just making it look like making it look like the old one, but it's not because it's new material, right? So they still got the original bricks and everything from the old joint. So yeah, shit, I'm gonna go with it's still the old, it's the same
old
shit.
piece, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that critical thinking, man. All right, for a last question, if you're on death row, you got your standard meal, right? You get your standard meal, meaning you get whatever you want, usually when you're going to death row, right? Within reason. But in this scenario, they offer you your drug of choice. What is your meal, firstly, and what is your drug of choice? Or vice? Or
vice.
I can't say vice because niggas will say pussy.
Nigga, I'm not gonna lie.
You ain't getting that.
So you're not getting that?
Niggas can say pussy's their favorite drug too, right?
Hey, you know bro, so. That is, I would say that's a damn near legitimate drug right there. But I feel you were talking about pharmaceuticals here. We're talking about like
pharmaceuticals, yeah.
Oh shit, bro, the meal. Woo! I'm definitely thinking yard for sure. That's the first. That's the first thing I think of. Is just a big, dirty fucking pot of oxtail, all the rice and peas I can fucking eat, and some coleslaw. Yeah. Oh fuck!
So fucking rotted mac and cheese and pie,
or
a macaroni pie,
bro. Oh, man.
Give me a little bit of oxtail gravy pan that. And just for the fuck of it, throw some roti shells on the side.
Sure, sure, bro. If it's not oxtail, it could be curry goat too.
It could, it could be all of that. I seen I guess, a mukbang. A
what?
When they eat a whole bunch of food. Right?
I've never heard that term. Mukbang? What?
Yeah. Look it up. Mukbang.
I'm looking that up right.
Yeah.
No.
Even if you put it in like a YouTube, it will come up like you'll just see niggas eating bare food and shit like that. Well, you can look up the definition. I would be interested to hear what they say.
A mukbang is a live streamed video of someone eating typically large quantities of food for the entertainment of viewers. The word mukbang is a combination of the Korean words muk, eating, and bang, broadcast. Wow. That is interesting.
Right. So I was looking up one of those. I would consider it a mukbang. And it was a yachty one. Bro, you know the serving plates? You know the serving platters?
Yeah.
That you know those ones, bro. They would put your plate and you could put your drink on it and you could have your soup.
Of course.
On it, and like it's that, right? So they had 3 of those, fam. Bro, and I'm talking about the video is half an hour long, and it took about 15 minutes to plate the food, bro. Like
to just to put it on the plate and on the trays.
Bro, the rice and peas was dog, the whole platter.
And that was my next question. What kind of food was it? Or unless you...
So it was rice and peas.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like a whole I think they did stew chicken.
So this is Caribbean cuisine. Like yard.
It's totally Caribbean. It's literally the nigga taking out a big Dutch pot, taking out the rice and putting it down. Taking it. Like,
wow.
I'm talking about 6, 7, maybe 8 like scoops of rice, fam. Rice and peas.
Wow.
And 3 mans were eating that. So that was just the rice and peas. Then they bust out the chicken, about 1.5 pounds of chicken each, bro. Like a whole chicken and a half.
Wow.
You're putting on the rice. Then the man hit it with the motherfucking the fresh fucking cabbage, like the veggies.
Yeah, man. The steamed veggies.
Oh my goodness! And they're busting this down at the beach. You can see the beach.
Wow.
In the background, they're just on the table.
See, we gotta start queuing these videos up and shit, bro, so we can share it. Yeah, dog. That's wow.
I was like, yo, you guys, that's, you know what I'm saying? So like that.
And you're saying that he finished the food, bro?
They all 3 of them finished the food.
Oh,
bro.
there was 3 of them. Okay.
Like there was like 3 big platters, and there was 3 of them. They're just sitting on. They all ate the food up.
Wow.
Like, yo, man, I'm telling you, bro.
The shit that we do, like, you know, like the shit that we watch, the shit that we will, because I would watch that, bro. As soon as I see him dishing up the food, I'm in. I'm locked in.
Bro, the man's dishing up the food, like, and he's talking shit, like he's dishing up the food, because they're having, in this scenario, they were having, like, who can eat the most.
Okay.
So the niggas dishing out the fucking thing, like, and at the 8th one, the man's like, yo, now you're gonna give me all of that. So they're just going back and forth and shooting the shit.
Wow.
So you're not only getting the right and the rest, everything is just looking impeccable, bro.
Wow.
When he put out the sauce on the rice, bro, it's
the gravy
it glisten. The gravy is glistening,
bro.
And I'm talking, yo. So I was just dying laughing, but yo, those are the ones. So that would have to be the meal. As for the drug of choice, you know,
I don't even know if I said. Did I say mine yet, or?
Nah, you didn't say.
Oh, okay. Damn. Oh my gosh. And when you said vice, because it could also be alcohol, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I don't know if it could be alcohol. Nah. It would have to be. I'm just gonna have to go with some.
Well, we said pharmaceutical.
We did say pharmaceutical, so I'm going with some Molly. So I'm going with some Molly, bro. If I'm going out with a smile in this bitch, bro. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's definitely going to have to be some Molly, bro.
I was just thinking, which one is going to get me the most not paro? And I was thinking like the Zannies or whatever, anyone that makes you sleep.
That's a valid. That's a good one too. To make you just sleep,
so you're there.
So you're just some lean or something to just.
And you wake up and you just can't even move because you're just zanned out, fam. In bars, you know.
I don't know if I would be able to do that because I feel like, imagine knowing that you're about to fucking croak out this motherfucker, bro, and you just can't even move, and you're just thinking about how you about to get cooked right now.
And, this is slow motion. That's what it feels like. Oh,
and you can't even move. You can't stretch. You can't do nothing, bro. I need an uppity. I need an uppity for that scenario. And I know you probably ain't. I don't even know if you ain't never did no Molly or whatever. But
nah, I did. I think I did like yeet. I don't know if that's any different.
It's not that different. It's a little different, but it's not that different. It still gives you that uplift. I don't know if you remember feeling hella fucking happy, but that is essentially what it does. And yeah, bro.
Right.
It just makes everything good, bro. Like, I think you could definitely get pyro if you take too much. But
all I remember about E is like you ever like grit your teeth?
oh, I never experienced that.
So they said in order for you to not grit your teeth, remember, I'm taking this in high school.
Yeah.
So, in order for you to not grit your teeth, you know what I'm saying? There was something you're supposed to do, but I just didn't. I checked out at that part. I was going to a party. I said, "Fuck it," you know what I'm saying? And I ended up taking that joint and I ended up biting the inside of my cheek all fucking night, piece by piece. I'm biting it, piece by piece. Because I'm trying not to grind my teeth like this.
Piece
right?
by piece. What do you mean piece by piece? Was you actually
like the inside of your cheek? Like I'm biting the inside of my cheek. So when I woke up the next morning, bro, the inside of my mouth is all bloody.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck! Fuck.
Nah. I never experienced that. That's probably what.
Yeah, like that was.
That's the thing. What E will probably do, because I believe that E is stronger, like way stronger.
Really,
way stronger, and it's more.
Wow.
I think there's other stuff, but the main active ingredient I think is the MDMA, but it's more condensed and it's just stronger. Like it's way stronger. I've taken ecstasy as well back in the day, and that wasn't. It wasn't the best experience. I took it in class, bro. This one who was selling it, he basically just wanted to, he's like, fuck it, I'm going to get all y'all fucked up today. And he just gave that shit out like candy. And everybody took that shit. And we're in class bugging, bro. I got up and I left, bro. And the teacher knew that everybody, because this was that badass kids class. For those who know, if you know, you know. I was not in the normal classes. I was in the fucking badass ADHD ass fucking class, right? And
I remember.
you know what I'm saying? And then so basically, we all got up in, you know what I'm saying, in the class bugging. And I remember I'm answering questions like a motherfucker. I'm getting them right. And then when it started to really I felt really, really good at first. But I'm fucking raising my hand fast, and I'm getting them right, and I'm feeling good. I'm like, yeah, I got that one right, yeah. And then at some point, I looked over at one of my other homies, and he looked fucked up. And then I look at another guy, he's dying a lot. I'm like, and then I started bugging. I'm like, okay, nah, I gotta. And I told the teacher, I'm like, yo, I gotta go. And I remember I used to live. I remember in Vaughan or whatever, where we lived right by the community center. That's where I was going to that school. So I just walked home. I walked home, and I was just I remember just bumping tunes, and then I guess I was just like whatever. And then
you were up for mad long though.
I don't remember how long I was up for, but I remember going back to the school because I felt better, and then everybody was dying. They're like, yo, you just left. You just went home. And I'm like, yo, bro, I couldn't take it, bro. And then when I got back there was a girl that was absolutely bugging, like to the point where it was like she was like shaking, looking around like she was fucked up, bro. She was fucked up. So that definitely, I'm gonna go out on a line and say that ecstasy is way fucking stronger, bro. And of course, it depends on how much you take. But when you because it's pill by pill for ecstasy, right? So it's.
I mean, I remember one time I took speed, and I remember doing that shit in math class.
How the fuck do you even take speed, bro? How do you even do that?
It was a pill.
Really?
It was a pill. My brethren had it, and I was in math class and taking the man sent me one. Just
Moses is always in class.
I'm like, yo, what is that you're taking from? Like, I'm coming from the West. I'm not seeing no people with fucking pills and shit. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? He's like, yo, it helps me do my math, yo. the doctor gave it to me. I'm like, all right, sell out one.
Oh, nah, you talking about fucking, you took Adderall or some shit. Or like,
I think that's what they used to call speed. I don't
because
know
it's,
bro.
because the active ingredient in Adderall is the same as speed, but it's not the same thing necessarily. So I think he was talking about Adderall or Ritalin, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, well, yeah. Ritalin.
It's probably Ritalin, bro.
Bro, that shit had me like, locked in is an understatement.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're like movie level detail and focus. It was hyper focus.
Yeah.
I remember acing that. Like, I don't think I got a question wrong on that test.
Yeah.
Like, it was just incredible. But I was just like, nah, this shit is not for me, bro. Like, like the thing I don't like about them pills and shit is like the burnout is crazy, fam. So you're just
Oh wow. Yeah.
For me, at least. I don't know.
Well, they do say. I mean, I've heard people say that, like, if you don't actually have ADHD and you take that, it's not gonna hit for you, right? So, but if you do have it and you take it, it's you don't get that. You don't necessarily get that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you get it makes you ease off of it because you're not as exhausted. Because having ADHD is exhausting, bro. Very, very exhausting. So if you got something that gives you clarity and it allows you to just sort of lock in and not have to worry about your distractions and being distracted, being in your head and going somewhere else and having to come back, like you actually probably would be less exhausted in the end. I never, I've only taken it a few times, but not to really do anything, like not to really do work. Or anything. So I wouldn't even know.
That was the only time I ever took it, man. Yeah. I was just like, this shit is not for me, player. You got all of that.
Yeah. Even for people with ADHD, I don't think it feels good though. I think that it's probably best to
zombie shit. Bro.
Yeah, it's not really. Yeah. So.
But yeah, man, fucking it's been another episode of Brothers Game, pal.
Oh.
You know, it's your boy here with your boy AK.
And here with your boy Dub, man. Y'all be good. You know what I'm saying? Stay blessed.
Look out for the new EPs. Or, well, I guess they've already been put out. You'll see this well.
Oh, yeah, we got lots of joints coming out, bro.
Yeah, dog, these guys, I'm about to go run some sound or something, dog, you know what I mean? Or actually, I'll bring these youths to the park. So I'm bringing them up to the park. I'm going to come back and run some sound. These guys are running sound? I was like, yeah? I'm ready for them this time.
That's what's
up. Ready for them this time, dog.
That's what's up, brother.
You know what I'm saying? What are you saying for the rest of the weekend?
I'm definitely, just chilling. I'm definitely going to be outside, you know what I'm saying? Just enjoy this weather and everything. Yeah. No plans like that, but definitely just me kicking it, bro. Just kicking it and enjoying this weather.
All right, my nigga.
All right, broski.
Tap in with me, brother.
Of course, brother. Have a blessed one, all right? Say what's up to everybody for me, bro.
I shall, man.
No doubt.
Bless up.
All right, bet.
One easy.